What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to look at 4 exercises for thoracic or mid-back mobility. So if you've got tightness kind of in this mid-back region, in between your neck and your low back, in that thoracic spine, maybe you sit at a desk and you feel tight there, I'm going to show you 4 exercises to help improve mobility in that region, which can also help reduce pain. Before I get into today's exercises, I want to mention that my new book is available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. It's 500 pages in length and has programs for the 50 most common conditions we see in physical therapy, broken down by body region. Today we're talking about the mid-back. If you go into the back chapter in my book, you will find the mid-back and ribcage pain program. All of the programs have a description. They talk about what it feels like to have this issue, the common signs and symptoms. And then we'll have a program like you'd get from a physical therapist with pictures of me doing the exercises and instructions for each exercise. All of the programs have 3 phases and are more comprehensive than what you'd find here in my YouTube videos. So if you'd like a book that's sort of a self-guided physical therapy book for, again, the 50 most common conditions, I will put the link for the book down in the description. So we're going to look at 4 exercises for the thoracic spine. This region of our spine, like all regions of our spine, can move through different movements. So it can do side bending, rotation, and flexion and extension. This first exercise is called a cat-cow and is going to target flexion and extension. With all of these, I would recommend doing them 4 to 5 times throughout the day just to help keep your back mobile, especially if you sit at a computer or something like that for your work. You want to try and implement these maybe every hour or two to help keep the spine mobile and reduce pain and discomfort. So for this first one, you're going to get on your hands and knees. A lot of people know this one. We're talking about that mid-back region, so we're going to go from a rounded position and then alternate to an extended position where we look up. So we're just going back and forth there, maybe 10 to 15 times, just to work on first flexion here and then extension in the mid-back. So just go back and forth 10 to 15 times, like I say, maybe 4 to 5 times throughout the day to help improve flexion and extension mobility in the thoracic spine. For the second exercise, we are going to more specifically target thoracic extension. Most people will find that they are in a flexed position when they're at work, and our thoracic spine naturally has a rounded or kyphotic curve. So we're going to work on going into extension and sort of reversing that curve. A foam roller works really well, so you're going to lay it down perpendicular to your spine, sit down in front of it, kind of hold on to it, and then just lay back. And then what I do is I put my hands up, hold my head, and you can first kind of just roll through your thoracic spine, and then if you find somewhere tight, set your butt down and kind of arch back over the roller. Again, this is going to create thoracic extension and sort of reverse that normal rounded position we find ourselves in. So you can kind of hold for 10 to 15 seconds, roll to a new spot, and then kind of arch over. And this is something, no firm rules on how long you do it for, but I usually tell people, kind of work on the region for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Kind of find those tender spots, massage. You can kind of massage the muscles with the roller, and then you can set your butt down and stretch into extension. Okay, so that is our second exercise, basically a thoracic foam roller extension mobilization. The third exercise here is a great way to start incorporating your shoulder complex into your thoracic spine. These 2 regions work together, and a ball is a good way to do this. You could also just do this on a countertop or a table. You don't necessarily have to have a ball. What you're going to do is put your arms on the ball or on that surface that you're working on with your thumbs up, and you're going to roll it forward, which is going to create shoulder flexion, and you'll see I'll get thoracic extension. The good thing about being in a kneeling position like this is that it helps target the exercise to my mid-back and not my low back. So my low back is in this rounded position because I'm kneeling down, so it kind of stays there. And then when I reach overhead, my thoracic spine has to straighten and go into extension. So I like to go down, hold for a few seconds, and then come back up, and then go back down. Again, this is another one. You could do 10 to 15 repetitions every few hours to kind of help work on mobility. You don't have to do all these exercises together. You could just pick one at a time or pick your favorite ones. They're really, again, just meant to help improve mobility and reduce discomfort. So I usually tell people just pick one and work on that one, and then maybe an hour or two later pick a different one and then implement that one. You don't have to do them all together as one chunk. Our last exercise here is going to be for thoracic rotation. You're going to do this on both sides. I'll just show one side, but make sure you do both. So what you'll do is lay on your side, bring your knees up so your hips are at about 90 degrees here, and then you're going to take your bottom arm and hold, just put it on top of your legs here, and then you're going to reach up with your top arm, up straight up, and then you're going to slowly reach back and rotate. You can let your head rest on the ground, and you're just going to go until you kind of max out rotation. You'll feel a stretch usually in your mid-back. It also can be a little harder to breathe. But then you're just going to hang out here, stretch for a few seconds. I like to maybe hold for 10 to 15 seconds and then reach back up. And I might do 3 to 5 repetitions like that and then go to the other side. So just a good way to work on rotational mobility in our thoracic spine. And again, when you get done with one side, just go over to the other, same idea, reach up, and you can even kind of compare your mobility. Usually you'll notice that one side is tighter, and you'll also notice that it's harder to breathe on one side when you're in this stretch. Okay, so those are our 4 exercises for thoracic mobility, working on flexion extension. A lot of focus on extension because people are often rounded in the thoracic spine. And then lastly, this rotation stretch. So give these a try. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I will try to get back to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.